Welcome to The Priority Shift, a podcast dedicated to focusing on your true priorities, both personal and professional, using the 80-20 method. I'm your host, Christina Walker. Let's dive in. Episode 41, Planning for PTO as an Employee. It is always surprising to me when I talk with people that have a lot of PTO built up, or worse, when they've let their PTO go unused. I think it is so important for people to use their vacation time and to fully disconnect from work. People need that time to refocus on the things that matter to them, which could be family or their own hobbies, or just being able to sleep without an alarm clock waking them up. We continue to live in a culture where we get up and go to work and continue to work for things so that one day hopefully we can retire. But once that day comes, what are you doing with that retirement? Are you spending it doing things that you always wanted to do? Or do you continue to allow others to dictate what you do with that time? Are you actually traveling like you said you always would? Or worse, what if you're not able to anymore? It's no secret and never has been that I use my vacation fully. But I also plan for it months, if not a full year in advance for big trips. And this is what it looks like from me as an employee navigating it with management, and even as a manager encouraging my own employees to take their vacation time. But that will be next week's episode. From an employee standpoint, I want to ensure that there would be adequate coverage for while I was traveling. I like to take my vacations on off times from everyone else, which helps to mitigate a lot of people using that time at the same time. I also share my plans well in advance so that management can plan accordingly. And yes, sometimes things can go astray, but I've never truly encountered where a business decision needed to be made that I couldn't go on vacation. When I first transitioned as a plant manager, I had a long weekend beach trip already planned to celebrate my husband's birthday. His birthday is in October, so not prime beach time or vacation time anyways. But it was a big birthday for him, and he is one of my glass balls, and this was one of my 80s that I had to make happen. My manager came down to be a manager on site for the days that I was gone, and my team knew what had to get done to keep things moving forward. Again, this wasn't a planned thing that I would be a plant manager. Our previous plant manager had stepped down 2 weeks earlier. I will admit, I was on the phone a lot during that time, through questions as the team called. It wasn't ideal, but I was still able to go with my family to the beach and spend the time together. It was also really great for my manager to get to know the production team without any other managers there. It set us up to be productive moving forward. A year later, I had a 3-ish week trip planned to Europe for a river cruise over Thanksgiving. Again, this facility that time of year is incredibly slow. I had been prepping my team for almost a year on how to handle things and teaching them how to do things. I also started working from home on Fridays because it allowed me to get the paperwork side of my job done without constant interruptions, and it made my team have to figure out how to handle things without walking into my office to ask constantly. About a month out from our trip, I started talking and reminding members that supported the facility, think sales or accounting or HR, that I would be out, and here were the things that I foresaw that they would need support on and who to contact while I was away. I had planned to fully disconnect once I left. I was burned out, and I knew that I needed this after 2 years of COVID and rapid growth. I set up meetings with accounting to make sure that all the approvals that needed to be made were set up correctly while I was gone. I asked payroll team members to give my facility a double check before submitting payroll, usually what I did that week to ensure my team was paid correctly for their time. Maybe a note about this is that I'm constantly building those relationships with those critical team members in a genuine way. So when I came to that team member asking for help, it was an easy yes for them because I had already put in the time and made sure that we had a great relationship prior to that. When I returned from my 3 weeks, I was incredibly proud of my team and all that they accomplished. They kept the facility running well, and they stayed focused on their 80s. The facility didn't fall apart and orders kept shipping out. There were a few hiccups, of course, but there always is. My inbox was overflowing with emails, but most of them were to keep me in the loop on things as they were happening. My team did amazing, and they were able to grow their own skills while I was away. So if you're in a leadership position, I think it's important to take vacations and to model what you expect your team to do. The business can handle it. Thanks for listening, and make sure to leave us a 5-star review on your favorite listening platform. And share this with a friend, colleague, or manager. Find more info at PriorityShiftSolutions.com and reach out to Christina directly to get started with coaching and applying the 80-20 method.